I have heard it more than once in this endeavor that people are surprised at how few women are in this industry producing beer. And we need to change that. We need to make it open and available and easier for women to feel like they can approach this industry. Been talking about with my friends Jordan and Shannon, both are brewers at Uda Pills and Surly respectively. And we had talked about how many women brewers there are in the state of Minnesota, and we're trying to count everybody that we know, and we came up with 12. Come to find out, there's just about 20 of us in the entire state of Minnesota of almost 200 breweries. And I thought, well, what if we got all of us together in one brew house and made a beer? Here we are today. Nevertheless is the first project of all of these women coming together to write recipes, make beer, and we're gonna keep doing this every 6 months.
The thing that was really cool about this is the way Ariel set it up. The host brewery gets to brew what they want.
We write the recipes ourselves, and then we send it out to all the other brewers and go, this is what we're gonna do. Are there any edits we could suggest, or is there a different hop we could swap? And we go from there. And the idea is that it gives every woman an opportunity to write her own personal recipe that reflects not only her taproom's taste, but her personal taste.
She kind of came under a little bit of fire from the rest of the group. Oh, another IPA, we all do IPAs, we do them all day long. And she actually said, you know, I'm hosting this, I get to pick. And I think that's awesome.
Here at Badger Hill, we do a lot of IPAs. I drink across the board, so I was like, okay, a West Coast IPA will be awesome. Not a lot of people do West Coast anymore. I chose Weyermann malts because Sabine Weyermann is amazing, and she's a 4th generation Weyermann. Brewing is in her blood, so that is our hat tip to her for using 100% Weyermann malt today. And the next beer will be made in September or October. And once we decide who gets to go next, she will write her own recipe that reflects her personal style and taste. And we'll all get together at her brew house and learn her systems and how her entire brewery functions.
It's been pretty fun, even just like meeting everyone. There's a different dynamic between like working with a bunch of dudes all the time. There's always joking around in a workplace, and there's a different line when you're like joking with a bunch of men versus a bunch of women, and like where they draw that line and where you draw that line. So it's kind of nice to just be unfiltered in a way. It's just different, I like it.
I would say it's just really fun to ask the other girls about, you know, how their process works, how it differs, because usually I work with people that have different experiences from their background, but when it comes down to it, we all work at the same brewery. We're all, you know, working towards the same goal, but it's kind of fun hearing about these people's experiences, especially because we're all women, and so we have a lot different experiences than the men that are working in the brewing industry.
There's definitely some improvement to be made in just how things come off to other people. Like someone can say something and mean it totally differently than how it would come off to me. It unfortunately usually comes from men just because they're not used to, like they're used to talking to each other in this industry. So sometimes when they're talking to women, they just don't really know how to like phrase things, not appropriately, but just differently so that it doesn't come off in a poor manner, I would say.
We've been swapping stories, we've been able to teach each other new methodologies for brewing, filtering, sanitation, and we can just learn from each other. And the vibe in here is so good today. Everybody's having a great time. It's honestly been a blast.
I'm old enough, I think, to be everybody's mom in there. To me, that says brewing industry's come a long way in 40 years. Because 40 years ago, I was one, and now I'm one of 12.
In the perfect world, I would hope that people see this and they go, whoa, look at all these women getting together, making an awesome beer. Like, that's kick-ass. I wanna do that. And I hope that inspires people to reach out and uplift other women in the industry and give them more opportunities.
For whatever reason, if you are hesitant or scared or whatever and you want to do it, just start applying, start getting whatever experience you can. That's my advice.
I would actually advise them to find a mentor. That's important. A guy or a girl, doesn't matter. But somebody that you can kind of trust, because you're gonna feel intimidated. Go learn stuff. Learn stuff from other brewers, other breweries. Go to classes, do online stuff. Because no matter what, you're gonna have to be just that much smarter, that much more willing to do the extra mile. And you do it because you want to, not because somebody's gonna make you. So if you really want to be a good brewer, dig in.